In this video, we'll discuss the top ways to improve insulin sensitivity. Hi ladies and gentlemen, it is Dr. Zarowski, and if you are new to the channel, it is a pleasure to have you here. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and join our notification community so I can help you excel your health and your life. In this video, we're talking about how to improve insulin sensitivity. This is an important topic because it's estimated that 1 in 4 people suffer from type 2 diabetes. It's even more important because it's estimated that 1 in 3 people actually suffer from pre-diabetes. Of these 1 in 3 people, it's estimated that 90% of them are completely unaware that they have pre-diabetes, and of those 1 in 3, it's estimated that up to 30% of them will be full-blown diabetics within 5 years. So this is very, very alarming and very important. So what we're going to talk about some different nutritional items that you can use in order to improve your insulin sensitivity, and then at the end of the video I'll go ahead and give you some different lifestyle tips in order to help really take that diabetes type 2 and work on reversing it, or reversing pre-diabetes, or just make sure that you stay healthy. Now the other thing I want to mention, I did another video on how to take a simple glucose meter and do a fasting blood sugar test in the comfort of your home and know whether you fall into the pre-diabetes category or diabetes. So what I'll do is put a link to that in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started. Now the first thing on our list here is apple cider vinegar. Now you know that apple cider vinegar is very powerful for many reasons. You know, it helps balance our body's pH, it helps with weight loss, it helps just with our overall health. But one of the things that's very interesting is how it affects insulin sensitivity in your blood glucose. So I looked at a couple studies that I found interesting and how we could correlate it to this video. Now here's the thing, is that one study showed us that they took participants and they gave them a carby meal, and while eating that carby meal and utilizing apple cider vinegar, they were able to see a insulin sensitivity improvement of 34%. They also took diabetics and fed them a meal and they gave them apple cider vinegar, and they saw a 19% improvement in insulin sensitivity. So what we know is that by consuming apple cider vinegar with your meal, you're going to improve insulin sensitivity and more efficiently shuttle that blood sugar into the cell. Now when we look at apple cider vinegar, I've done a lot of different videos on this, so I'll go ahead and link the playlist below. But here's the deal, is that when we look at a lot of the research, what the research has found is that 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with your meal is going to give you the best results. Next on our list here is cinnamon. Now cinnamon, once again, is very powerful for improving insulin sensitivity, balancing your blood sugar, but research shows us it does a couple really interesting things. First of all, what it can do is actually mimic insulin. So it can actually have some of the same effects on the cell that insulin does, and it really supports healing that cell receptor. And now when we looked at the research, what was found is that taking about 3 teaspoons daily was one of the most optimal ways to actually consume it. So you can actually put it in a smoothie, some people like putting it in their coffee, but what you can do is actually take a teaspoon with each meal, and that's really going to offer you some incredible benefits for insulin sensitivity improvement. Next here is magnesium. Now magnesium is powerful for so many reasons. I love magnesium. It helps with, muscle tension, it helps with stress, it helps with so many important factors in the body. But one of the things that it also helps with is actually supporting insulin sensitivity and the improvement of it. Now magnesium was found that when deficient, it'll actually cause some insulin resistance problems. And so a review of studies showed that all these people who had these magnesium deficiencies were typically insulin resistant. So, adding some magnesium to your supplement regimen is going to be really powerful here. The next here is berberine. Now, berberine's great for many reasons. It's going to help support a healthy gut, but the other thing that it's going to do is increase insulin sensitivity. There's been some really great research studies that have come out on this lately. And so what I want to mention here, because I'm mentioning, supporting a healthy gut and insulin sensitivity, is that typically people who are pre-diabetic or diabetic or have insulin sensitivity issues altogether are people who have a very unhealthy gut. So taking this berberine right here will not only support the gut in helping get rid of bad pathogens, but what it'll also do is it's going to support that insulin sensitivity issue. Now, next here on our list is fish oil. Fish oil is powerful for many reasons, but in particular in this case, what it's going to help do is reduce inflammation. When you reduce inflammation, then what's going to happen is that the cell will be able to heal itself, because when we look at cellular inflammation, the fish oil is going to help reduce that, and then as a result, those cell receptors will start working more efficiently, and they will also be able to shuttle that blood sugar into the cell more efficiently. So fish oil is very powerful for reducing inflammation and also improving insulin sensitivity. Now, what we have to do is talk about some of the lifestyle factors. I said I'd mention some of these lifestyle factors in the end. And so the first one I want to talk about is exercise, okay? When you look at reversing diabetes, when you look at going and improving insulin sensitivity, exercising is very, very powerful. You know, at least a 30-minute walk a day. But if you're looking for the absolute most efficient way to not only exercise, but also improve insulin sensitivity, high-intensity interval training is very powerful. And so if you're not familiar with high-intensity interval training, I'll put a link to that below. And I know I'm throwing a lot at you guys, so I will link everything below that needs like a more in-depth look. So, you know, exercise, any of these different issues like gut health, I'll put links below that will give you more videos on how to improve these areas of your health. Next here is ketogenic diet. Okay, so when we look at the diet issue, the ketogenic diet is very powerful for reversing diabetes, but also just powerful for reducing inflammation and healing altogether. Now, if you don't want to go as extreme as a ketogenic diet and, you know, measuring your blood ketones and making sure you're in ketosis, a good low-carb diet is very powerful. I'll put that information below, okay? And then last year, losing weight. You know, people who lose weight are going to become more insulin sensitive almost automatically. So we want to make sure that we're going and striving toward losing weight if we're carrying extra weight around. So, you know, here's the deal. Do some exercise, make sure your diet's on point, make sure you lose some weight, and then the other thing is add these different nutrients to your daily regimen, and this is going to be an extraordinarily powerful way to improve insulin sensitivity, which, you know, first of all is going to help you reverse disease, avoid disease in your future, but also the other thing it's really great for is it is going to help you not gain weight, because when we improve insulin sensitivity, we're less likely to put extra pounds on. So other than that, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and then subscribe to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate that. If you have any questions, put it in the comments section here below and I'll get back to you. And then check out the other videos that I've done on how you can improve your health. I'll see you in the next video.